I thought that when my first video dropped that I was gonna be this internet sensation. Yeah, no.
Greater is the one within and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty end up to the sky. Never wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a dealer. To take her higher, higher. Fly out the valley and the fire. Take her higher.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm happy to have you guys here as well. I am officially on YouTube. I have wanted to start YouTube for as long as I can remember, and I can't believe I'm finally doing this. Pat on the back to me. I'm trying not to be awkward because there are two beautiful ladies to the left of me, and I thought this was like my pretty little corner in Arboretum, but oh my gosh, I have to share the space. As you can clearly see, I have set up for a very serene, calm time to just chat and catch up and just have conversation. I have a mandala book. Actually, I just finished the coolest coloring. I'll show you up first, but they're not so dope. I'm going through the previous artwork that I've done before, and I'm just making it look better. I want to do this one today. Yeah, and I have my markers, lovely, and as well as a notebook. I have this, I'm such a huge intrapersonal communicator, so I have a tendency to talk to myself a lot and my thoughts just ramble. So I did write down what I want to talk about today on today's Real Talk. Yeah, and let's just jump into it. Welcome to the first episode of Real Talk, where I will be having real conversations on the realities of life. Actually, rewind. This was not the original idea for the first ever video I was gonna post on YouTube. I was gonna do the most generic thing, which was a Q&A, but in all honesty, I did post a question tag on Instagram, and about 5 people replied to it. Out of 300 people who saw the story, rude. But it's okay because it was just a sign of redirection, which has led me to this beautiful situation. I turned 26 in exactly 6 days, and honestly, the reality of that has just like hit me in the craziest way. Because if you ask me where I thought I'd be at the age of 26, I am nowhere close to the Delulu self that I had before. To actually weigh it in, everything I'm about to say, think the complete opposite of it. At 26, I thought I would be either engaged to be married or in a long-term relationship. I thought I would have traveled out of the country by now, on a passport, but the last time that passport saw the immigration office is when I was receiving it. I thought I'd have moved out, would be working, earning so much money. I'd be rolling in money. I thought that I would just be, like my name would be bigger than myself. Like wherever I thought I'd be, I'm nowhere close to that. Doesn't mean there are no positives in my life. There are, but when I think about what I envisioned for myself at 26, I'm just like, yo, wiggle. With that being said, let me open my book and start coloring, because I don't want to just look at the camera the entire time. I'm shy. I'm so shy. Actually, wait. So now that I have the colors that I want to use, I really hope you can't hear them. I hope this mic is actually picking it up. Should I remove my necklace actually? Because it might be hitting on the mic, and I would hate to go to edit this and find out that the necklace was just banging on the mic. Anyways, so about all the goals that I had for when I'd be 26 and how I'm not currently there, honestly, it's made me think so much about my life, and I don't mean in a positive way. Something that I've mentioned in person but not said out loud, like spoken about it in depth, is in October of last year, I quit my 9 to 5. But the thing is, I didn't always know I was going to quit. I just knew that in April of this year when my contract with them was ending, I wasn't going to renew it, but I never thought that I was going to be quitting my job. But in case you want to know, I was a production assistant for a certain company in Kenya. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that was my dream job. Not the dream position, just the dream job. I was working in film, I was creating films, I was finally behind the camera in a real, set and everything like that. It was honestly my dream job. But the reason why I quit my job was the working conditions were not, as in, I wouldn't wish the working conditions I was in on my worst enemy. They were not the best. I hadn't seen my friends in so long. The working hours were insane. I hadn't socialized. Like, the last time I was out before getting this job was probably like, before I got the job. Like, I was just not being a 20-something-year-old. Something did happen at work that led to me officially resigning, like sending in my resignation letter. And let me tell you how I did not think it was going to happen. I literally thought about it on Wednesday morning, wrote my resignation letter Wednesday afternoon, sent it in Thursday morning. Like, that's how it was. So I didn't have a plan B, even A. I didn't have any plan on what I was going to do next. I just knew that I needed to get out, which honestly was stupid of me to think as like an adult now. I'm like, maybe I should have waited, but at the time I just knew I did not want to be in that space anymore. So I needed to quit. So yeah, when I did quit my job, I did think to myself, you know what? I could update my LinkedIn profile, update my CV and job hunt again. But I was like, you know what? I'm 25. I live with my parents, so I have the leeway of making mistakes right now. So why not dip my foot in something that I've always wanted to do, which is content creation? So I did start creating last year, but honestly, truly, I thought that when my first video dropped, that I was gonna be this internet sensation and life is just gonna pick up and it was gonna be, oh wow, and every brand was gonna be reaching out to me. Yeah, no, that is not what's happening right now. I have not made as much money as I thought I would from this, and it's made me sort of like rethink myself, and honestly I've not been in a good space mentally. And yeah, my life is not the way I thought it would be at the age of 26, and honestly it has made me question my existence in the world in ways that are not very positive. And yeah, which is why I felt like I needed to do this real talk, because in the past month I have not created nothing. I have used my phone more now for phone calls than I have to create content. And that's because I have been in my head. I have just questioned myself so much. And honestly, it's such a bad mental space that I just want to get out of. Like, I'm tired of being in this mental space. I'm tired of being in this situation, and I just want to go back to creating, not because I want to make a buck or a dime, but because it's the way I express myself creatively. And yeah, I do get that question a lot. Like, how do I keep going? How have I not given up yet? And all these things. I mean, I have given up on some ways, but the reason why I keep going is because for me, content creation, when I started, was not about the money. Now it is about the money, because there's so many things that I want to do, like shop, and I want to take a trip, and I want to celebrate my birthday largely. But when I initially started content creation, it's because this was a creative outlet for me. And honestly, along the way, I forgot that. And now that I've remembered it again, I'm not saying that I'm gonna be posting 24/7 and all that, but at least I now know my reason, and I now can hold on to that and just keep pushing and just keep creating. And that's what I would say, because I'm not just here to dump on you. Like, if I was to give sound advice as a 25 going to 26-year-old, in whatever you're doing, or you're struggling to find your reason for everyday life or anything like that, remember your why. Like, remember, if you're in a certain job position, remember why you're there. If it's to make money, if it's to create a name for yourself, if it's to network, if it's to just be out of the house, whatever you're doing, remember your why. And once you do that, hold on to that, because it's so easy for the world to like the negatives in the world to like shadow that and make you think twice about yourself and make you think that you're doing things wrong and there's like a script that everyone is following that you're not following and all these things. But honestly, everyone's journey is different, and I feel like the best stories in life are the ones where you went from struggle to success. Because it would be lovely to not have to struggle, but the reality of life is you have to struggle in order to get to where you want to be. It would be lovely for things to just fall on my lap and just for the life that I wanted to just be. But if it was just there, then I wouldn't appreciate it once I have it. And the thing is, now I'm so ready to like just keep working and just keep pushing myself, pushing my limits, making sure that I'm being the best version of myself, not for anyone else, but for myself. Because I know when I eventually reach, like, I don't want to say the finish line because you never actually finish it, but when I reach that point of success for me, I know I'm going to look back and be like, where? I was in the trenches, I was struggling, I was crying. Oh my gosh, I've cried so much in the past couple of months. I was crying, I was questioning my existence, but look at me now. Like, I want to have that moment for, look at me now. I thought I wouldn't, but I have. And I know when I do get there, it's going to be such a like moment of, give yourself a pat on the back, babes. You made it. You made it. Hi. It's at this moment that my phone decided to tell me storage full, despite me paying for iCloud storage. But it's okay. I've taken it as a sign of redirection because I feel like this is a better way to close this video. With everything that I did say, it's actually so crazy because this is a morning devotion that I read a couple days ago, and I feel like this is what I want to leave you with. This was from the scripture Matthew 6:24, and this is the devotion that I received. We lie to ourselves that we are what we have. This lie is rooted in the belief that the more stuff we accumulate, the more secure we feel. It also reflects the way our possessions often act as status symbols, communicating a message about who we want people to think we are. Money, clothes, or cars are not inherently problematic, but when they transform from being something we appreciate or enjoy to being something which defines us, we have fallen for the pitfall of possessions. Rather than our possessions serving and blessing us, we find our possessions have actually become our master, the force driving us and controlling our actions and decisions. With that being said, my life may not be where I thought it would be at 26, but that doesn't mean that I've not lived a beautiful life. There are wins, joys, moments, and things that I can look back at and say that, you know what, I'm blessed, and that's what matters. I could fixate on the things I don't have, allow them to dictate my thoughts, my actions, my decisions, and habits. But that's a path towards never being satisfied with my present. The lie that we often fall for is that our perfect life is just one purchase away. But the fault in that cycle is it never seems to end the way we hope it will. For me, when I look at my life, I think of the people I have around me, my friends, my family. These are people who've held my hand and just guided me through life so gracefully. I've been, honestly, from the outside looking in, I do believe that I've been somewhat of a burden just because I'm usually this light, bubbly, airy person. But of late, I've been talking shit about myself, talking down about myself, not feeling like I have a purpose in this life and reflecting that in the way that I've been carrying myself. But the people around me have not made me feel guilty for feeling the way I feel. Rather, they've allowed me to feel the way I feel and just given me sound advice, just held my hand, given me moments of laughter, of crying, of just bliss, or even just open their arms to me. And that is a blessing that I'm so grateful for. even just looking at the year I've had, I may not be rolling in money. I may currently be in debt. But the thing is, in this year, I've traveled to Diani twice. I've seen the coast. I've been by the ocean twice this year. What the heck? I have not gone to bed hungry. I still have a roof over my head. I have a phone that I currently use to shoot content, a really good phone. I wake up every day and with the breath of life that God has granted me, there's so much that I can talk about, that I can look at, and I'm like, you know what? I am blessed. I may not be where I wanted to be at the age of 26, but I am still blessed. And for you, whoever is listening to this, whoever is watching this, know that you may not be, if you're going through something similar, yes, you may not be where you want to be. And yes, you may be working towards getting there. But while you're doing that, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the lessons that you're learning along the way. You may receive no's or you may receive setbacks, but setbacks and no's are just redirection, and take them as that. Don't take them as seeing that your worth is less than what it is. No. Sometimes in life, we need to go through pitfalls in order to reach a certain point of success and truly appreciate it. And I want you to know that whatever your journey is, it's beautiful. Even though you are in the trenches, your journey is still beautiful, and it's worth clapping for and just patting yourself on the back for still waking up every day and keeping on going. So, with that being said, you're doing amazing, sweetie. You're doing absolutely amazing. Every sunrise you reach is a blessing in itself. With each one, you're given the gift of shaping the story of how you choose to live it. So go be amazing. Thank you for listening, and I hope you gained something from this. Bye.